Hello, my name is Richard Wilson. I'm CEO and founder of the Family Offices Group, and I'm sorry I couldn't join you in India for today's conference. I hope I'll be there next time. But I was asked to provide a short overview of what the Family Offices Group is, what the Qualified Family Office Professional Certificate Program is all about, and explain how we're working with the Association of International Wealth Management of India, and kind of explain that relationship. But first, I want to start out with what's going on in the family office industry. I think there's several trends right now that are changing the entire industry. I'm very optimistic about the whole industry being 2 or 3 times larger just 10 years from now. And I do think there are some places like India, China, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia that are growing very rapidly. And I think in India especially, there are a lot of ultra wealthy who don't know what a family office is. They don't know which wealth management or private banking or family office solutions to trust. And I think those that can stand out from the crowd as being educated, experienced, informed, well-connected, and able to serve an ultra-wealthy individual in a holistic fashion are going to do very well for themselves or very well for your company. So I think either way, this is really exciting, critical information that we're talking about here in this video and within our training program. So one of the most recent trends is basically the evolution of single-family offices globally. So a lot of the times when an ultra-wealthy family sold a business or became ultra-wealthy, the business was ran by the son or the father, and they would hire an accountant, maybe a tax expert, and then they would buy additional companies or buy commercial real estate and put the money in something very safe, and maybe some operating businesses. But now there's actually a couple different models going on in the industry. And I really like to refer to these as different sandboxes. So the first one, call it Sandbox 1, is basically when you become ultra wealthy, one option you have is to invest all of your money back into operating businesses, all direct investments into private companies, so that maybe you could preserve your wealth or maybe grow it or double it again. The next option is really option number 2, and that's where you take a more quote-unquote westernized approach. I really don't like that term, but basically a traditional public market type investment approach. You invest in hedge funds, private equity, general stock market indexes, maybe some CTA funds, maybe some fund of funds, maybe things tracking infrastructure, timber, water investments, sophisticated endowment model type approach, kind of a Wall Street type model. And then the third sandbox would be a hybrid. And this is where most likely in the third sandbox what you'll see is 70 to 80% will be a type 2 Wall Street approach, and about 20% of the portfolio or 30% will be a type 1 approach of direct investing. I met with a $10 billion single family office today for breakfast here in Geneva, and they were doing this type of a model, basically a 1/3 towards direct investments and then 2/3 towards more traditional Wall Street type allocations. The reason I bring this up is that there's some specific things in Asia, especially in my experience working with some Indian families and families from Singapore, Philippines, and Indonesia and China. A lot of them, as well as Russia, a lot of them lean towards doing direct investing. A lot of times in commercial real estate, but a lot of times back into the industry they know, because it makes sense. You can mitigate your risk by having better information than the competition. You don't have to trust a third party to run some company in a public market. Maybe you've never met that person before. This is something that I've seen more heavy in Asia. This is what I see typically in Western Europe and the United States. But now what's interesting is that groups in India and Asia are trying to get some type 2 investments into their type 1 portfolio. And because of bad public market performance and just the lack of confidence in public markets in the United States and Western Europe, a lot of type 2 family offices, both single and multi, but especially single family offices, are trying to get some type 1 investments into their box. And a lot of people who are used to doing type 1 aren't very good at doing type 2. A lot of people have been in type 2 for 20 years, aren't good at type 1 investments. They have to build that expertise, acquire that talent, bring it in-house, and I can share best practices. So the reason I bring this up, it's something I discuss in my book, the Family Office book, Investing Capital for the Ultra Affluent. And it's something that relates directly to the mission of the Family Offices Group, which is to democratize the family office industry and on a global scale, make it more efficient, share best practices, and connect families to each other and insights and best practices that exist in the industry and should be shared openly. So this comes to the whole point of why our organization exists. We started back in 2007. We've now grown to have over 68,000 global members. And we have the partnership with the Association of International Wealth Management of India so that we can offer the Qualified Family Office Professional QFOP certificate program in the country of India. They're our exclusive partner for India, and if you'd like to take the program, you can speak to them about getting more details. The Qualified Family Office Professional program is made up of over 200 video modules, as well as 36 hours of audio interviews. And these audio interviews were conducted by myself. I completed all 36 hours of them over the phone. I recorded them in MP3 format so that when you enroll in the program, you could download the MP3s to your tablet computer, to your phone, to your normal computer, and you can listen to them at your convenience. Or you can stream them over the internet, of course. And the videos as well, you can download them or stream them over the internet. We have a study guide, and the only required book is the Family Office book that I mentioned earlier. So it's a self-paced program. If you take the QFOP program, you could complete it in as little as 2 to 3 months if you're experienced and aggressive with your study schedule. Or if you'd like to, you can take 1 or 2 years or 4 years to complete it. If you're a busy executive like myself, always on the road, you might not be able to predict your schedule. You might have family commitments and work commitments that go up and down kind of unpredictably. So we designed this program for busy people, and you can complete it at your own pace. I think that's a huge benefit. In the future, we look forward to partnering with the Wealth Management Association in India on many other endeavors. We think this program is already the #1 family office training and certificate program in the world, and we're very excited about the partnership. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference, and I apologize I can't be there this time. I had prior commitments in Monaco 3 days ago and Geneva speaking today on family offices, but I'll see you next time around, and thank you for watching this video and considering our training program.